Let's make sure everything's working there. Yep. Sounds like that's working. Yep. Okay. We're good there. And that's good. Alright. I think we're good to go. Other than needing coffee, but we'll wait on that for a little bit. Okay. Just in case. Usually it would start right around now, or very shortly. There's the moon. There is the moon. There is the moon. I want to shoot the moon. Shoot at the moon. Give it until about 5 in-game time, and then I can pretty much be assured that the Easter egg hunt isn't going to happen. Figure out what I'm going to do with this for Wednesday. It's got all of this, the honeycomb around, except over in these areas, which I'm not supposed to because it's already kinda sort of honeycombed. So everything else is interior. To figure out what I'm going to do. Go down. Thank you. Shoot is this one. That's the one I need to work on. Actually, is it that one? Go down. Thank you. Is that one and that one. Okay, both of those need to have reinforcement. Okay. Alright, based on the way that this is going, we're not going to be having the Easter egg hunt this time, which is fine. I'm going to be right back. I need to get some coffee. And then we're going to do something. Not sure what yet, but we're going to do something. coffee. The most important thing, coffee. There's 4 players on, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to head to the airfield. We need to actually do... You know what? Let's pull you and you out. I think I need some more. Let's pull you out. I need to make a drop chest right there real quick. So, common. Yes. Code lock. I'm going to throw it in the skin box real quick. Sure. Sounds good. Okay. Oops. Okay. Better. Now I got a drop chest that I can go through and deal with. I have found that since I haven't been playing as much the past week and a half, I don't need as much storage as I did before. Since I don't need as much storage, I'm not creating as many chests as I used to. This is new. This wasn't here before. Purest definition of a ship 2x1. Or a ship box, if you prefer to go with that term. Oh, hello. Gotcha, bitch. Now the fun part's finding their body. Johnny. Really? Really? Hello, folks. Missing one somewhere over here. Is he over on this side of the road? And then I got one here. Not that one. one. Okay. Still feel like I'm missing one over here. There it is. Found it. Alright. Well, that worked out well. I can go in there. That. Okay. Alright. Let's go ahead and reload this little puppy. And I guess we'll start our airfield run. Since we're over here, I guess we'll start it this way. Any other peoples? No. Okay. Should be a relatively quiet airfield run. Huh. That one's empty. That means somebody actually was here recently. Double check the barrels. When I first got on, I was the only person on the server. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, I already learned that one. I freaking hate the rugs. Other than they're good for raising stuff up. At this point, this wipe though, all I'm worried about is just basic survivability and learning all the plans. I think I've settled into, since this is PvE, I'm gonna settle into a normal way of just. First wipe is all about just getting scrap for plans. Second wipe is about prepping real bases for Purge Day. And actually hitting the bigger monuments. Hey, I got a replacement for you. Means you can get recycled. Throw those right back in there because I got a crap ton of metal blades. I think I'm going to wind up scrapping a lot of that right at the end at Purge Day. Since I got weapons galore, I'm going to go through and probably scrap a whole bunch of stuff just so I can do research so that I don't have to scrap grind next wave. So far, so good. You know what? Probably scrap most of this. Scrap you. I'm gonna keep the rifle body because I don't remember how many I have. Just want cloth and metal frags. Maybe some low-grade fuel would be nice. Well, and the scrap. Back in there, it's just gonna give me cloth. Okay. Let's throw you in there too. I kind of want the sheet metal though. I think I got something for that already. Nope. Somebody has been here. Son of a bitch. I should have come earlier when I was the only one on the server. But I was thinking at that time I was going to go through and build my second external furnace. Although why I would build one for the 3 days that are remaining, I don't know. Other than I can build it, throw all my sulfur in it, do that really quick, and then just leave it as a... Somebody's going to try and raid it and get absolutely nothing out of it. I'll try this one, and if there's nothing going on, then I'm going to bounce to someplace else. Okay. You blended in well. Anybody else? Hello, Silencer. I'll take you. All I can get recycled. That music, though. There's a crate here. I don't know why I bothered to try hit learn blueprint. I already got it. Thought I saw bodies. Come here. Come here. Come here. Spike, but whatever. There's some extremely odd lag spikes lately. Somebody actually built a really nice looking cabin right on the edge of a river in the middle of snow. I mean, kudos. Kind of a waste, but kudos. Looking like this in-game day is going to be very foggy. Tap this sulfur. All right. Let's reload that. Oops. Gears I want to save. Yes, yes, yes. Rest of use, all good for recycling. Normally I would save some of this, but geez, I really don't want to. I got 3 stacks of these, a lot of that. Just taking up storage space at this point. Hey! Another one? Interesting. Drop you. no crate. Well, that stinks. Let's turn you on. Let's turn you on. Alright, now I gotta just let it sit there and grind. There we go. Technically got one more hangar and one more tower. Might as well just go ahead and do it. Since I'm here. Whew. But clenched a little bit there on that one. That was a bad shot. Ow. I didn't think that was actually going to land near me. That guy's dead. Here somewhere. Here they are. And then dipshit out here was over here somewhere. I wish the backpacks that it dropped were like neon freaking pink instead of green. Can you go back to this bush? I can't remember now. Is that it? No, that's just the ground. That's the problem with having bad eyesight. I tend to be blind, I can't see anything. I can be right next to it and completely miss it. Well, chainsaw dude. Come here. Come here. Find you. I'm gonna ignore the fact that I killed one out here and can't find its corpse. Just gonna go finish the last hangar and the last tower. Before they ever hit the ground. Ooh, hello. Green box. Alright, let's see here. That all gets saved. Alright. You, and you. You know what? I need to save one of these for researching. Since I gets the scraps. I love watching that little spin around the finger. It's just fun. Alright. Just realized I typed that wrong. Notice the comma after I hit enter. So, home away from home. I love how certain times of the day the lanterns turn off for all of like a half hour. And then they turn back on. And if you're standing right next to it, it scares the absolute shit out of you. Oops. So supposedly in an upcoming patch at some point they're going to add more instruments other than just the acoustic guitar. They're going to rework the acoustic guitar and then add in, I think it was trombones, tubas, a couple other things that I'm just drawing a blank on right now. So I'm interested to see how those turn out. I don't want to break down any of that, so be interesting to see all of the potential instruments that they could put in there. Also talking about doing modular cars or modular vehicles. So you patch together a bunch of sheet metal in order to get a truck or a regular car or van or whatever. So I'm tentatively interested to see how that turns out. Right, how much scrap do I need for that? Oh, surprisingly little. I was expecting this to be 500. I couldn't remember. Certain things I don't have memorized yet. There. Now I got that memorized for the future. Alright, let's see here. It's time to unload some of this. So, what did I have in the drop chest? I need to get that, and I only need one of these. The other two I need to recycle, so let's go back up to the recycler. I held off for the longest time on getting another recycler for up here because I wasn't sure I actually felt like I was going to need it. Road signs, that's what I was going to do. I intentionally chose this spot because it's close to a recycler. Really close to a recycler. And in fact, recycler here, recycler here, recycler here, recycler here. So I wasn't too far away from having 4 recyclers in easy distance. And technically there's one up here at the gas station as well. And I think there's one at Harbor. I'm pretty sure there's one at Harbor. But the fact that I'm also near a crap ton of roads meant that there was a lot of spawns like that. So I kind of needed to have something nearby. Alright, so let's see here. That just goes back in there. I don't think the Dropbox had anything else that I needed to worry about. Let's throw this and this in there for the moment. Gonna throw that in there. Let's throw the high quality and that in there. Alright, so component. It's food. Let's throw that in there. Component. Armor. Gun. And then this goes downstairs. This is food that goes in the other section. Okay. I'm organizing this because I know how my loot rooms are. That one. It's gotten to the point that I've actually, in some ways, can probably do that in my sleep. Just from experience going through all of these. Alright. Let's go over here. Down to this loot room. Food. The only thing I'm kind of fuzzy on is where I put the garage doors. There we go. Alright, nothing left in there. Okay, and scrap. So, this is the main base that I created. But I also have one large furnace buried in that one. So I'm going to create a second one over here that's going to be the sulfur one. That one's all metal. So this can be all sulfur. I still need to actually make it. I just haven't done it yet. I think I'm going to do while I'm here. And I kind of built this second floor around just to have something as an easy egress. There. And this was more because I needed a quick way to get in to fill up on food. I could just bandage myself to get to 100, but I'm lazy. And I kind of put these on here just because I wanted some privacy inside. What I need to do is the embrasures on the external. And kind of giving this away. All that's going to stay sheet metal when it comes time to for purge day. I'm going to leave this door and this door and possibly this door. Leave everything sheet metal there. This is going to become an armored wall. This will still be sheet metal, and then this will be an armored wall. And then I'll probably have garage doors here and here. I already have the things for it. This is all going to be closed up at the top. And that second floor is just going to become a layer of I'm going to do half walls so that way I can stack sheet metal roofs, and I might make the bottom layer armored just because. But this is the main living area, and then under here and here is the main loot room, so I need to make sure that I can kind of, actually directly down here is the TC. So I need to try and make sure that people can't easily get in. Last wipe, I wasn't thinking, and I left this as is. I didn't even have the code lock on it, I just left it there. Well, that provided an ingress route. All they had to do was just figure out a way that they could get around and jumped up, and then were able to get in through the top. Now the shotgun trap still took care of them. And the people that tried to come in the front wound up getting shotgun trap too. Which is the other thing I still have to work on, is setting up all the remaining shotgun traps and making sure I have enough sulfur and stones to fill them. Which right now I don't, because I haven't been playing as much. Now that the wife and son are back, I just don't have as much time. Let's go ahead and pull that out. Start you back up. Go ahead and pull out the high quality that I have here, because I can at least do that real quick. It's getting close enough to nighttime that I'm hoping that I'll be able to do the Easter egg hunt. I'm hoping that I'll actually have it in this in-game night, because I haven't had it yet today. Coffee truly is the elixir of the gods. And for anyone wondering, this base layout, anybody who may be watching now or later, is an Evil Worst design. He's a YouTuber for Rust and pretty much the best base designer I've seen. There was a comment on one of the videos of his that I've watched. I've watched pretty much every one of his base build videos, and he's just amazing with thinking through how to build a base to make it extremely tough but cheap and compact and easy to build. And somebody was saying, great, just what we need. Clans are already OP enough. Now they have superior German engineering. Couldn't help but chuckle at that. I thought it was hilarious. Because he is German. But easily some of the best base designs I've seen. There's a couple others that I've watched. One of them is My Gaming Experience. The other one's Taco Tuesday. And they borrow aspects of their designs from Evil Worst, but I find that their designs are a little... They don't go through it as step by step as they should. And I'm just not a huge fan of some of the designs. I tried Taco Tuesday's design for my very first wipe back and wasn't a huge fan. But like all of this airlock design here is an Evil Worst special. Can't get in, can't get out. Now granted, this is a PvE server, so it's not as big a deal, so I can do stuff like having a chair here, and it doesn't matter. And I have gone through and done some things different than the way he had it. For instance, having the barbecue here. That was never in any of his designs. But his designs overall are freaking fantastic. They take into account everything you could possibly think of that you might need to take into account. So, chute designs for your loot rooms, keeping the TC as central as possible with a lot of honeycomb around it. Shooting floors, ways to do shotgun traps that are undrainable, because a lot of people will build it so that you can drain the shotgun traps. And this is another Evil Worst special. This is his large furnace base, which can only be placed on the ground. And granted, again, I'm in a PvE server, so it won't matter. But I did want to build it because first time actually using shop fronts for this. I was interested to see how it was going to turn out. So, large furnace, double layer of floor grills. And that's another thing that I love, because he does 2 half walls up there instead of a singular wall. So you get 2 layers of floor grills if they try and come in from the top. All of this in here is everything necessary to create this exact same thing for the sulfur that I have to do. So I pre-built everything. About the only thing I need to, I'm thinking about it, need to do with these. One to you. One to you. And one to you. For whatever reason on this server, yeah, you have 5 by default, but you never use the 5. Yeah, this is my, that's my metal. And then it even has a sleeping bag just in case. And then TC, which is still good for way too long. And then my high quality metal that I have in here for doing. But again, nice airlock system. Yeah, he prides himself on making sure that you also have as much visibility around as you can, and it gives you a good amount of visibility around. There's very few things that I've gone through and done little bits here and there different than how he's done it, but not by much. But the only thing I haven't considered is I'm going to be building the sulfur one somewhere about right here, because I have to be far enough away from that to not hit building privilege with the TC, because it's going to have 2 TCs. The TC in there, and then I got the TC in the building I'm going to be building, so it'll be somewhere around here. But I haven't decided if I'm going to high wall everything. I thought about doing it. It's just that that's going to be a lot of high walls, and I'll have to high wall all the way around. And since I'm going to have that base, this base, and then another base, that's if I encompass the entire thing in a compound, that's going to be a pain in my butthole. On the other hand, I'd be able to potentially throw up more traps. But if I'm going to throw up more traps, that means more farming. More farming means I have to have more time for it, and I don't exactly have the time. So that's something I may leave to a future wipe where I have the time. But it's nice to dream. Purge Day last time was the first time I actually got raided. So I'm interested to see this time if it's going to be like it was last time. if I'm actually going to have somebody attempt to raid me or not. Well, we got a few minutes before the potential for the Easter egg hunt. So we're going to run over to this mining outpost, which is a very short distance away. And just grind up the stuff that's inside. So early on, right after the patch dropped, there was a bug that when server maintenance was done on the server that I'm on, for whatever reason, a bunch of people wound up getting half their stuff wiped out. One of those things that happened was the tool chest for the base that was here, which was huge. It was a big base. That wound up going away too. So their base decayed over time. So I came over here and just waited for foundations that had boxes on them to decay, drops loot boxes that you can then pick up. So I was doing that. Got explosives. I got a few rockets out of it. Some resources. The only thing is they obviously hadn't ground out a whole lot. The most that I found was they had some electric fuses. They had probably about 12 of them, which worked out well for me, only in that I could go through and scrap them all, and I think each electric fuse, if I remember right, is 25 scrap. So I ended up with a bunch of scrap. Weapon flashlight. Yeah. There's a couple other things that I wanted to originally do with the base, and I just never did it because I didn't have time, and I'll probably scrap them eventually. I was going to put up either wind turbine or solar panel and start playing around with electrical. So I haven't done that yet. Of course, I haven't really seen a whole lot of need for it. Oops. Just realized I got that still too. Ended up with another large furnace. Son of a bitch. I don't think I have any place to put the large furnace though. I don't have enough resources to justify putting it up. Might hold on to it and see if anybody needs it, and then just toss it to somebody who asks for one. I think I got 2 now. Again, I could scrap it on the last day and turn all that scrap into other stuff. Research, for instance. Stuck on. Oh, minicopter. Forgot that minicopter was there. So the things I haven't done this wipe, and was planning on it but just never did was a heli tower, which I never built one. I built one last wipe in between 3 monuments, and then the helicopter never went past it. Ever. Wait, really? In between 3 monuments. I wound up stealing somebody else's base that they willingly had given up. So I even had an extra base that was near 2 monuments. Still never got the helicopter to come nearby. But I created one by the airfield, but I never did build a heli tower. I like having an airfield base just because the airfield's fun to run. But never created a heli tower. I waited a long time before building that, and I shouldn't have. So I need to build the other one today to make it halfway worthwhile. And I never bothered going through and doing anything on this right side of the map at all. I probably should have, and I probably still could do a shit 2x1 over here, just completely out of the way. 'Cause that's the other thing, is I need something that's relatively out of the way and not easily found by people for Purge Day. Because I can still grab the donator kit and throw it in there. Throw that and that in there. That right there. I got quite a bit of explosive ammo, and I didn't even have to go through and do anything to do it. I think I need to... Let's go ahead and research the satchel charge. And I don't think I've researched that. I don't think I researched that. Since I got a little bit of time here, let's make sure I have researched. Or I haven't. Bean can grenade. Nope. Okay. Good. Alright, explosives. I can get more scrap if I need to. I mean, I already had the have rewards from just doing the voting for the server, so just burned 2 of them on that. It's not a huge deal to me if I burn it. I'm just going through and researching it while I can. All right. Pretty much nighttime now. Should have gone mining over by the airfield, but I'm kind of hoping I get the Easter egg event, which is also why I'm not running to the bathroom right now, which I really need to do. Something else I could do is after I go through and start half walling everything off and whatnot, I could put up searchlights and blind the shit out of anybody. I'm also looking for the telltale glinting of eyes. Because glinting of eyes means that there's murderers or scientists nearby, or the flash of light from a flashlight. That's definitely a sign of a scientist. That's the scientists in the full-blown hazmat suits. What I'm trying to work on, as I can when I see them, is this NPC distance. So right now I'm sitting at 289.32 is my longest, and I think it was from here, but I want to try and beat that, guys, because I think it was from here, if I remember right, all the way down there somewhere. The hard part is there's very little areas where I can go through and get a long distance shot like that. Even by the launch site, I have to go on this side in order to get one that I can aim down and do that with. And of course the launch site's biggest problem is Bradley. Who's actually playing right now? It's me, Space Goat. He's here quite a bit. Vecchi? I don't think I've ever seen that guy before. And the bearded suck stack packer has been here for about a week now. Overall, I'm really enjoying this server. So unlike typical Rust servers where everything is PvP all day, every day. You get offline raided every single freaking night, no matter what you do. Here, I don't have to worry about that. It's literally one day out of the thing, and it's the end of the wipe where PvP happens. Figuring Thursday night, whatever I haven't crafted into guns or ammo or whatnot is going to get thrown into this puppy. I'm going to go through and get a bunch of scrap, do a whole bunch of research, remove this, and then take everything down. The guy's got this little, like, fenced off area, and the other day I saw him leave it in a mini copter, so I don't know if that's like a mini copter hangar or what the heck is with the chain link. I haven't been able to really figure that out with him. Oh, I wish the Easter egg event happens tonight. Otherwise, it's another night of happy hour collecting I didn't get done. What I really need is I need something to happen soon so that I can go to the bathroom. If it's going to happen, it usually, or going by the last few times that the thing has kicked off, it's about 2:30-ish in game time. 2:30 that it happens. Wow. Shot the scientist and immediately logged. That or he crashed. I've put 131 hours onto the server. Almost 132. I believe it, because... Oh. Oh, minicopter. Keep forgetting about that. It scares me every time. Well, shit. No Easter egg event. Still a faint possibility it could still happen, but doubtful. Can I recycle myself? Looks like Monkey Chops might have crashed. Aw, he got killed by a murderer. I'll admit, when I first started on the server, I was getting absolutely destroyed by those things, but it was me coming back to Rust after a long time and then having to relearn everything. I'm still wearing... Alright. Put you back. Alright, oops, I did not want to do that. I'm sorry. I'm just throwing this in the drop chest for the moment. Alright. I desperately need to go to the bathroom. I will be right back. I'm probably going to get some coffee while I'm at it, so I'll be back in a couple minutes. returned. I have returned. My apologies, but that was necessary. Okay, so you can either build or we can go farm things. I'm almost thinking farming over building. I kind of want to build, but it's not the most thrilling thing in the world to watch. I kind of want to just get that thing built and done. Let's go ahead and try and do a little bit of farming real quick. Huh. Almost every time I spawn at this thing, there's zombies and whatnot around. This one time, there's not. It's almost a guarantee every time I spawn here that there's a ton of them. And I think it's because no one actually bothers to clear them out. And there's 3 caves. Cave, cave, cave. And I believe, I have no evidence for sure, but I believe somebody lives at the bottom of these caves. The reason for saying that is this bucket's already been dropped. If I remember right, this is the one that has like a bunch of different ways that you can go through and do it. Okay, then you pull out this, and then pull that off. That's going to go over here, and then burn it. One of these caves has this way of, when you go down it, there's a buildable area that's just freaking massive. The only thing is, I don't remember which one it is. I watched a video on it once. That's the extent of my knowledge of the cave network inside of Rust. always there. I just don't want to drop down in case I can't get back out. One of these days I'm going to go through and offload everything that's in me and just go with a basic kit. I mean, I can do that and get the pro kit, and that gives me some basic armor and weapons and whatnot. And I could do that and test it out. Obviously not going to do it with everything I have on me right now. This is all my cloth, all my leather, all my bone. Not that dumb. I may be dumb, but I'm not that dumb. I wish I could break the flares down. This is another one that eventually ends in a bucket elevator that is already down. So I gotta believe, since I've seen 2 different places where bucket elevators went down, that somebody has a base down there. I do know that people do tend to build bases down in the caves. I've just never been lucky enough to be at the front of a wipe to go through and ride one of the bucket elevators down to find out. Two more of those. Oh, that's recyclable. Oh, I see somebody. I see 2 of them. He's right on his head. How does that not count as a headshot? Trying to be slick. I shouldn't have tried to be slick. So, I killed the guy with a knife here, and he has a pitchfork on him. I killed that guy who had a pitchfork and got a chainsaw. GG. Sure, let's save you. The rest of these things I don't need to save. Yes, I know I'm bypassing a barrel. Is that my purge base? No, that's somebody else's. Where is my purge base? Yeah, this was somebody else's. I had made a purge base that I can't find now. I mean, I can teleport to it. I know I can do that. Is it over here? No. Too big an opening. just teleport to it because I can't remember. I had made one. Hell if I remember where it is. What I'm noticing is there's a lot of leftover horses all over the place. Okay. Can't remember. So when in doubt, go to it. Where is it? So this is my crappy little... I'm going to throw myself into a purge base that's relatively nearby. Okay. It's actually relatively close to my starter base. My starter base, I think, is like right up there. Because over in here is the other ones. But I wanted something that was unobtrusive and kind of out of the way and harder to find. So this worked out well for that. No plans to really use this for anything other than what's already here, which is bare minimum to work. Empty box that I still need. I need to fill this with stuff. One furnace just in case, and then just enough to last me through purge day. This I need to fill with an Elite Donators kit worth of gear, which I can't do right now because I got too much on me. Yeah, this is just for basic living and on purge day filling with things that I can use. So that one was over here. Starter base is here. Main base is here. The only one that's far off is over here for the airfield. Everything else is tightly close together. The only other thing I could think of is I might try and throw another one either somewhere in here or somewhere on the right side of the map. If I did it over here, it's going to be exactly what I have been doing, which is shit boxes, 2x1s. I like having the 2x1s that are able to be hidden a little bit better, but I don't know if I'll be able to find one over in here. They're usually just in these areas that I can find them. But if I can find one somewhere over here that's a hidden archway that's relatively small and I can fit a tiny 2x1 in there, I might do it. Just because I got the dome, the train yard, the satellite dish, and junkyard in close proximity. So if I can find something right in here, it'd be nice. Granted, it's only for like 2 more days. Alright, we're going to go upstairs, unload. I think I might actually go through and do that building of that furnace. Let's recycle this stuff first. Ah, the candle hat. So that can go in there. So this should have a shotgun trap in 2 boxes, but I didn't do the boxes, and then because I didn't feel like I needed them, I might just fill it with 3 shotgun traps. If nothing else, just to piss people off. Could build a furnace. Man, I just don't know if I feel like building a furnace right now. Kind of want to just go through and see if I can build a 2x1 over here somewhere. It's just a long haul walk. Just like when I did the airfield walk, it was just a long walk to get there because I had to go past water treatment, abandoned supermarket, and all this other kind of stuff from down here where I'd already established a main base. It was just a long time walking. I just don't know if it's worth building a base over here for Monday and Tuesday. Also, I'm not sure what else to do, because I don't really have a whole lot of time left before the wife and son are on their way home too. But it's... I'm like, where's my trapdoor? See if you're on the right side. I heard something that sounded very weird. Huh. It sounded like something was just outside the door. Hello? Could run Junkyard. Junkyard's always an interesting run. Guess we'll head over that direction. When I first built that base, I needed something really quickly because it was at night, and there was a helicopter roaming around, so I actually started over here with a little shit 2x1, but then built that. That particular one takes a while to build, so the 2x1 just gives you the ability to hide, because I haven't quite memorized the steps yet. Because, again, I'm following an Evil Worst design, and if you've ever looked at any design from Evil Worst, they're great, but it's not something you can just instantly pick up. I wish I had known about that sooner. I would have gone and stolen some stuff from that guy. But it took me 2 in-game days to build it, because of having to try and remember and do the pieces while watching a YouTube video of how he built it. So because of that, I needed a temporary house that I could store all the rest of my crap in while I was worrying about that. So I made a little crap 2x1 that I eventually got rid of after the entire thing was built and I had already started moving stuff in. So I just got rid of the crap 2x1. unsure next wipe if I'm going to still use the same one or if I'm going to go with a different design. A lot of murderers here. They're all going for that guy. Where'd that guy? Huh. Well, this turned to be more interesting than I thought it was going to be. I needed one more boar for that. Your requests. Sure and sure. Kill, gather, loot, craft. Can't remove any, so. Alright. Throw that in there. That was a really bad shot. Okay. Okay. I do find it funny how in order to actually get stuff from most of these, you have to literally just stab them in the ass. Okay, all that I want to save. Okay. There it is. I knew they were around here somewhere. Save that, save that. Okay. Well then. Unexpected and good. So next wipe, I'm not sure if I'm going to stick with the same Evil Worst design that I've done now, because that'll be 2 wipes in a row that I've done it. I might... Whoa! Whoo! Woo! Was not expecting Mr. Bear. That was a little sudden. So yeah, as I was saying, I'm not sure if I'm going to stick with the same design or if I'm going to go with a different one. Evil Worst has a lot of designs. I thought about doing the one he calls the Hellmaw, which is an older design. But what I like about it is it seems more fitting for Purge Day. Given the way that Purge Day works on this server. I really need the recycler, which... Let's see, I'm trying to remember how to get to the recycler. It's up one of these. Oh, it's over there. Okay. Found it. I used to do Junkyard a lot on the first time I was on this server. I just don't do it as much anymore because Airfield's better. I'll throw all the tools in one. Alright. All of this. I want to save that. Really thinking about going through and doing that, where I just throw a whole bunch of those up. You break down, you break down, you break down, you break down. Trying to get all the ones that break down into smaller components done first, have them go through and do it, and then I'll... I don't think there's anything in here other than the green key card, which I got a bunch of already. Go ahead and take it. Worst case scenario, I'll just dump it somewhere. Here we go. Let all that break down. Actually, the sewing kit's going to break down into other stuff. Gotta love me some coffee. Okay. Okay, I came from that way. So, already did that. Let's go this way. Oh, hello. Okay then. No, I don't want to do that. Crush, crush. goes that way. That goes the way I just came. Let's go this way, and I'll come back. That's the way I came in. Okay. Trying to remember each individual direction of the junkyard is hard. Especially when you don't do it that often. I usually do airfield. So, down here. Crate should be in there. Usually is. Yep, it is. One time there was actually a green crate in that thing. Oh. Well, I'll take the metal embrasure. Let me out. Let me out. Thank you. That's out. Hello? Why you sleep there? Not exactly the best place to choose to sleep. There we go. 25 scrap, something like that. Still haven't found that thing. It's out. There we go. That's what I was looking for. That's what I meant by that thing. Bye. I needed the metal vertical embrasures for a couple of different things, so I'm kind of glad I'm getting those. Those can come in handy. That I want to save, so I can go up here. Okay. Box. This isn't as good as Airfield for what I want, which is the green boxes. But when it comes to this kind of stuff, where I just need stuff to turn into scrap, it's also one of the places to get diesel. Alright, well that was a decent little run. I could go back up there and recycle this stuff, but it's just as easy to run back to the main house or teleport back. I may just teleport back. Drop that. I don't care. So this guy, I don't know what his plan is by putting the flame trap there, it's not really going to gain him anything. And because they're external, it's pretty much going to get destroyed right away. I'm by no means an expert base designer, but at this point I've watched enough of Evil Worst to understand what's good and what's bad, and then seeing people that do obvious bad things like that base design just irks me. Because you got this to go on top for reasons that I haven't figured out, and then you got this for, I'm guessing, pass-through loot, and then a door. There's no honeycomb to this. So on Purge Day, I could come down here with a few rockets and have their entire base to myself. And I'm not somebody who's normally mean, but I'd consider it. Kind of want that thing. What else can I... Oh, I can throw that in there. Drop that. These things will disappear once you loot those things, so... Let me figure out what I can drop here. That can go in there. I guess I should have hit that recycler. I'm just going to teleport from here. At this point it's going to be simpler and easier. Just double check to see if I heard anything from my wife yet. Nada. Alright. All of a sudden I get notifications though from leaving my phone just sitting here for a while without checking it. Now I suddenly get notifications. A lot of scrap and metal frags there. It's going to turn into cloth and rope. Alright. Ooh, tech trash. That was nice. I wonder what the chances of getting the Easter egg event now are. Oh, I need to go through and do that and that. Almost forgot about those. Rest is good to stay. And turn you back on. So I'd rather get the metal frags from that. Alright. Let's go ahead and switch that one out. I was thinking I was going to have to build one, so I'm kind of glad that I didn't have to. There we go. Thinking I'm going to go ahead and put the metal embrasures that I wanted to up. Actually, I need to stay up here. Because I need to go in the other way. So, one embrasure is going here, the other one's going there. I thought I could put it up even though I had the other stuff up already, but apparently not. Huh. Okay. That's fine. All right. Now I got an embrasure there. Could put one down by the TC. Well, I guess while we're down here, pull that out, that out. Both of those are going in there. Pull that out. Pull that out. Okay. Gun. I think I got enough guns now. That, and that, and that, and that. I think I actually have a different place for that. Let's see here. Lock on rockets. I think those were in here as well. Okay. That could come out. So that goes in the med box. A lot of meds in here. Alright. So the wife and son are on their way home. I just got the text from them. This can go out front, actually, where I got the barbecue. I don't know why that was still open. Thought I had got the thing to close it, but apparently not. Ah! I mean, with the research table there, that actually kind of makes a decent airlock. Oh, I missed something for the barbecue. Actually, I have... Oh, I'm thinking about it. Maybe you turn this off. Turn that off. Oh. My apologies. I did not see your message until just now, Guro. Never have enough guns. True-ish. Sorry, I was so focused on inventory management, I did not see your message. Turning this off right now. Let's see here. Okay. You. I mean, it is a PvE server, so in some ways, yeah, I guess you could say that there's really not a need for that many guns. Yeah, I knew I had high qual. No, it's PvE. I used to play traditional, good old-fashioned Rust on the official servers and everything, and back in ye olden days, when I was doing that, I had a time where I only had like an hour or two that night to play. I had gotten just enough to build a very crap 1x1. The purest definition of a shitbox. It was a 1x1 with a door. Had a regular lock on it, and basically logged off after I built this 1x1 in a bush. Had to log off for the night. I worked the next day, came back online, and I was already raided. They took everything. I'm like, really? You offline raided a shitbox 1x1 that had nothing in it? So after that, I was like, okay, I'm done. Uninstalled. Didn't play it for years. And then about a month and a half ago, I'd started getting the urge to play it again, which usually is a bad thing because then I'd wind up getting the rage to go along with it. And finally started doing some searching for PvE servers. Found this one, which is Ozrust 5X PvE, and tried it out. And this has been a breath of fresh air for Rust for me. Nice people. It's 5X, half decay. Zombies and scientists are everywhere. They have 2-week wipes. So after 2 weeks, the very last day of the wipe is a purge day. PvP completely enabled. Oh, the music and atmosphere is fantastic. They've done a great job. The game itself is fun. It's the player base that's toxic as fuck. There's just no other way to put it. The player base makes it worse. Like a lot of games out there, the games themselves are fun. It's the player base that makes it suck. I mean, Rust isn't the only one that suffers from that. There's plenty of others that suffer from that. I play a lot of Battlefield. Just as bad. The game itself, Battlefield 1, not Battlefield 5, is fun. Player base is toxic. So I've really been enjoying playing it again. And yeah, I probably should go and either hunt more scientists or try and do the happy hour stuff and get some extra resources. But I'm kind of hoping, I doubt it's going to happen, but I'm kind of hoping for the Easter egg event. Yeah, that's true. I will say that on this server I've run into exactly one toxic person. The rest of them have been relatively nice. The PvP zones that you get from downing the cargo planes, if they see somebody... Yeah, Twitch chat is a great example. Which I am streaming, I multi-stream on Mixer and Twitch. So, and YouTube actually, so. But it... On this server, it's just, if you shoot down the cargo plane and they see that somebody shot it down, they leave it alone. If a helicopter comes in and somebody at a heli tower is taking it down, they leave it alone and let that person have it. It's just... It's fun. Because people aren't assholes. Yeah, try stream. There's a service called Restream.io, which Twitch absolutely hates, but I absolutely love because it lets you multi-stream, which is exactly what I wanted to do, is stream on multiple platforms. So that way I don't have to run 3 separate instances. I can just stream it to Restream, and Restream restreams it on. They absolutely hate that, but I don't care. Easter egg event, if it's going to happen, is going to start at 2:30. Oh, helicopter's up. One thing I haven't found so far this time, and it's kind of odd because I've looted plenty of things that should have had it. I have yet to get a rocket launcher this wipe. The wipe ends Wednesday. I get partnered with both. The chances of me getting partnered is probably nil, because I can only stream when I have the opportunity, such as right now while the wife and son are at church, because while she is extremely religious, I am extremely not. And then occasionally in the evenings after work, if there's not anything going on with the family. So I don't come anywhere near the viewership of the normal partner size. So my likelihood of getting partnered is non-existent. My name isn't Ninja. I really need to go and put this all downstairs, but I am so freaking lazy right now. I really don't want to do that. I think I will have to call it here, just because the wife had texted me about 15 minutes ago. They were on their way home. It takes 20 minutes to get home. So they shall be home very shortly. So I'm going to see if I can host somebody on Twitch real quick, and then I am going to call it a day, and I might be back later. Yeah, millions of dollars spent on purchasing a streamer who I don't understand it either, because I don't like him. It's just, he's not entertaining to watch to me. But that's me. So, alright. Puro, thanks for talking. I always like having viewers to talk to. I hate talking to myself. I do that enough at work. So, alright, I'll hopefully be back on later. I hope I can. And if you get a chance, feel free to stop in.